Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Class of 2021's Senior Recognition. Today we have 10 players with our senior team managers. Today we have 10 players and 3 team managers that we will be recognizing for their dedication to the team and their accomplishments as a Ravenscroft Raven. And now, starting with our senior managers, Talia Granick, Adri Kerner, and Emily Replogel. This is their first year managing the varsity soccer team, with many years at Ravenscroft between the three of them. Their favorite team memory so far is watching Chris Glenn or getting yelled at for messing up the scoreboard. They all have many awards and accomplishments at Ravenscroft, including Cum Laude Society, National Honor Society, and Graduation Marshal, to name a few. Thank you, Talia, Adri, and Emmy. And now our senior players. Forward, Brandon Ulrich. Brandon is joined here today with his parents, Diane and Scott Ulrich. Brandon has been a student at Ravenscroft for 7 years. This is his second year on the varsity soccer team. Brandon earned the Most Improved Player Award on the team his junior year. His greatest memory with the varsity team was last week's overtime victory over Wake Christian to clinch the conference title. Brandon was elected as a captain of the JV soccer team his sophomore year, and he earned the Basketball Sportsmanship Award on the Ravens JV basketball team that same year. Brandon's academic accomplishments include earning the honor of Junior Marshal for the Class of 2020 graduation and AP Scholar with honor through the College Board in 2020. He is a member of the National Honor Society and the Spanish Honor Society, and he will graduate from Ravenscroft with the International Diploma with distinction. One of the highlights of Brandon's global experience at Ravenscroft was participating in the Zambia-Africa service trip with a group of fellow students in the spring of his sophomore year. Brandon is applying to 8 colleges this far, and his favorites are UNC Chapel Hill, the University of Southern California, and Vanderbilt University. Congratulations, Brandon. Defender and team captain, Thomas Barker. Thomas is joined here today by his mother, Kathleen, and father, Tom Barker. Thomas is a Ravenscroft lifer starting in kindergarten. He has been on the varsity soccer team for 3 years. In the spring, he also plays on the Ravenscroft men's tennis team. His greatest memory is beating Wesleyan at home his junior year. For the past 4 years, as an event organizer, Thomas has been dedicated to raising funds and awareness for the St. Baldrick's Foundation in their fight against childhood cancer. He has been on the Ravenscroft Honor Council since his freshman year. He is also a member of the National Honor Society and Cum Laude Society. Last month, Thomas was named a National Merit Scholar semifinalist. Congratulations, Thomas. Forward, Andrew DeRosa. Andrew is joined here today with his parents, Gina and Paul DeRosa. Andrew has been at Ravenscroft for 12 years and has been on the varsity team for 2 years. His favorite memory on the team was traveling to Charlotte for the weekend with the team. Andrew is interested in James Madison University and UNCW. Congratulations, Andrew. Forward, Tom Fiodo. Tom is joined here today with his parents, Regina and George Fiodo. Tom has been at Ravenscroft for 5 years since the 8th grade and has been on the varsity soccer team for 2 years. His greatest memories on the team include scoring against NRCA in the semifinals and beating Wesleyan at home. Tom is a member of the Mandarin Honor Society, Honors List, and an AP Scholar. Tom is interested in studying business at UNC, Clemson, and Wake Forest. Congratulations, Tom. Goalkeeper, Alex Jones. Alex is joined here today by his parents, Benji and Jean Jones. Alex has been at Ravenscroft since his freshman year. He has been on the varsity soccer team for 2 years. His greatest memory on the team was the double overtime win for the Ravens in sudden death against Wesleyan. Alex is a member of the Cum Laude Society and National Honor Society. Alex is interested in attending Duke University in the fall. Congratulations, Alex. Forward and team captain, Oliver Sheckley. Oliver is joined here today with his parents, Lauren and Stephen Sheckley. Oliver has been at Ravenscroft since kindergarten and on the varsity team for 4 years. He is a multi-year all-conference, all-region, and all-state award recipient. Last year, he was voted MVP on the team and led the NCISAA conference, 4A conference, with 26 goals and 8 assists. He is most proud of tying the school record for most goals scored in one season at Ravenscroft. Oliver's favorite memories on the team include beating NRCA at NRCA his freshman year and beating Wesleyan in double overtime at home last year. Oliver hopes to play Division I soccer in college and is currently in discussions with Wofford College, James Madison University, and Elon University. Congratulations, Oliver. Goalkeeper Caden Steinman. Caden is joined here today by his mother, Kim Steinman. Caden has been at Ravenscroft for 4 years and on the varsity soccer team for 2 years. Caden's biggest accomplishment on the team has been pushing himself beyond his personal limits in terms of both effort and competition in order to become the goalkeeper and person he is now. His greatest memory on the team is keeping one of the only 2 clean sheets last year against Henderson Collegiate. One of his greatest accomplishments in school was making it through AP Chemistry. Caden is interested in attending UC Berkeley and UC schools. Congratulations, Caden. Defender Dean Swift. Dean is joined here today by his mother, Jen Swift. Dean has been at Ravenscroft for 7 years since the 6th grade and on the varsity soccer team for 3 years. Dean is also the kicker on the varsity football team. His favorite memory on the team is the state championship game against Wesleyan when he was a sophomore. Dean is interested in attending Harvard in the fall of 2021. Congratulations, Dean. Defender and team captain Christian Welch. Christian is joined here today by his parents Sue and Bill Welch. Christian has been at Ravenscroft since his freshman year and on the varsity soccer team for 3 years. He was named All-Conference his junior year. His favorite memory on the team is defeating Wesleyan at home in double overtime. Christian is interested in attending Wake Forest and NC State. Congratulations, Christian. And defender Josh Youngbar. Josh is joined here today by his parents Sherry and Rick Youngbar. Josh has been at Ravenscroft since the 6th grade and on the varsity soccer team for 2 years. His greatest memory on the team was defeating Wesleyan in double overtime last year. Josh is a member of the National Honor Society, a Junior Marshall and National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. Josh is interested in studying computer science in college and is currently applying to several schools. Congratulations, Josh. These players and managers wanted to make sure that we gave a special shout out to Coach Resner and Coach Bird for all of their time and support coaching the team. They would also like to thank their parents for their support and for always being there to cheer them on. As a Ravenscroft family, we want to thank these players and managers for their time and dedication to this team. We wish you all the best of success in your future, whatever path you choose to take. You will be greatly missed next year. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the game. Hello and welcome to Ravenscroft for this second round matchup between the Cary Academy Chargers and the Ravenscroft Ravens. And now for the starting lineups, we'll start with the Cary Academy Chargers. In goal, David Howard. Number 2, Ryan Newnham. Number 4, Evan Flynn. Number 6, Kai Kalibi. Number 7, Jackson Newnham. Number 8, Brandon Yee. Number 10, Koa Kalibi. Number 11, Henry Lee. Number 14, Philip Wissink. Number 16, Han Zhang. And number 17, Ryan Azraq. And now for your Ravenscroft Ravens. Number 2, the junior, Shane Olander. Number 3, the senior, Dean Swift. Number 6, the senior captain, Christian Welch. Number 7, another senior captain, Oliver Sheckley. Number 8, the junior, Chris Glenn. Number 10, the junior, Samuel Petrov. Number 13, a junior, Nicholas Chin. Number 14, a junior, Max Steinman. Number 16, senior captain, Thomas Barker. Number 17, a senior, Brandon Ulrich. And in goal, number 26, the senior, Alex Jones. And now I ask that you please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Hello and welcome to Ravenscroft School here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Chris Lehman with you for this NCISAA 4A second-round boys soccer playoff matchup between the Ravenscroft Ravens hosting the Cary Academy Chargers. Ravenscroft, the top seed in the tournament, so they're at home. This will be their first game of the postseason as they had a bye through round number 1. The Chargers, on the other hand, a thrilling comeback victory against the Wake Christian Bulldogs on Tuesday. They were the home team, fell behind 2-0 early in the second half, but stormed back with 3 goals in a span of about 10 minutes and never looked back after that, taking down the Bulldogs 3-2 to find themselves here on this Friday to take on Ravenscroft. Now, the Ravens and the Chargers have met once this season. It was a dominating performance from the Ravens, who took home a 4-0 shutout victory. That was part of a 2-game stretch for the Chargers where they were unable to find the back of the net, but they do have some dangerous players out on the field. You heard the starting lineups a little bit earlier. Keep an eye out for the Kalibi brothers as well as the Noonan brothers. They are the heart and soul of this Chargers team, and they led that comeback at home on Tuesday. On the other side, plenty of guys to look out for on the Ravens side as well. Of course, you can't forget about Oliver Sheckley, a prolific goal scorer. You're going to see some great work in the middle from Dean Swift, Sam Petrov, Chris Glenn. Those are all key players to keep an eye on as we get this thing started. In all white, Cary moving left to right here in the first half. In all green, it's Ravenscroft right to left. Fighting for it in the middle of the field. It'll be towed forward by the senior Ulrich, who is honored as part of 10 seniors on this team here today. And Cary will control on the back end. Brandon Yee through the middle to Lee. Quick wall pass up to Kalibi. That is Koa Kalibi, the older of the two brothers. Kai had a goal in the game. In fact, the first goal that helped spur that comeback on Tuesday. Throw in for Ravenscroft. Over on that far sideline, Olander gets it back from Chris Glenn. He's pickpocketed, and now it's Koa Kalibi being watched by Chin. Chin pickpockets him. Drop back to the back line, Barker. One of 3 senior captains on this team with Christian Welch, who's on the back line with him. And then up top, it's Oliver Sheckley. Right now, Chris Glenn, double-teamed, knocks it off of a Charger and out of play. And it'll be a throw-in again for the Ravens. Well, it has been an interesting season for everybody here in the NCISAA, of course, dealing with the COVID pandemic and finding a way to play these soccer games. So started a little bit later than usual. The Ravens, in fact, one of the later teams to start, had a tough loss against Wake Christian in overtime in their first game of the season, but they've bounced back and overall 6-2, so winning 6 of their last 7. Here's Dean Swift, rolled forward for Sheckley. He's got a man on the run. That's Olander. Down the near side. Chip to the middle and just over the head of a leaping Ulrich and out of play. Pardon me, over on that far side, the defender is actually Max Steinman. But it'll be a throw-in for the Cary Chargers here. Brandon Yee. He's going to go long down that far side. Knocked out of play. Looks like it was last touched by Noonan. Pressured from behind by Steinman. And now Steinman with the throw. Well, it is another beautiful day to play some soccer here in the Triangle area as Ulrich flicks that throw to the middle. Off his head to Chris Glenn, having trouble settling it through traffic. And the Chargers take over. Koa Kalibi looking to the near side, rolls it along. And Henry Lee dispossessed. Now Nick Chin reversing it for the Ravens. Looking for Petrov. That's knocked loose. Kalibi forward to his brother Kai. Stepping up, Christian Welch steals it away, and he's going to run it down the near side. Koa Kalibi on him. Welch playing it long, looking for Olander on the run, and he can't keep it in play. Throw in for the Chargers. About 3 minutes gone in this second round contest. And neither team has been able to find an opening yet. Best chance was that cross from Olander a few minutes ago. We'll get our first foul of the game as well as a couple of players go down. This will be against Ravenscroft. I believe it was Olander in there. Free kick played long, and here's a chance for the Chargers. Ryan Noonan standing tall. It's Steinman knocking it away. Nick Chin will move forward with it now. Through the middle. Rolls it along for Chris Glenn. He's got Ulrich on the run, but he'll hold on. Back to the middle. Chin. Chased down by Kalibi, but he'll hold on. Back for Glenn. He's got some space stepping forward. Henry Lee there to pressure. Still Glenn into the corner. Going to look to get it across, and he does on the roll. Settled down there, left, and Ulrich's shot deflected. Olander puts it on goal, and he scores. Just about 4 minutes in, and it's Ravenscroft on the board first. That's an important one to get if you are Ravenscroft. We mentioned a 4-0 win over these Chargers about 3 or so weeks back now. But to come out and assert control early and take the lead is certainly something that the Chargers are going to have to fight with after their experience earlier on this season. But again, remember, they fell behind 2-0 early in the second half to Wake Christian. This is a team that over the course of the season has been able to pour it on and pour it on quickly. Kalibi will play it long. Jones going to be the first to it. And he'll scoop it up. Jones, again, one of those 10 seniors on this Ravenscroft team. Steinman's clearance is blocked down by Jackson Newnham. He'll track that down, has some space to move to the middle, and that shot blocked nicely by the captain, Barker, and it'll roll out of play. Chargers with the throw. It's short to Newnham, stepping in front. Ulrich knocks it out of bounds. And we'll get another throw. You can see the shadows well, they have been stretching across the field since the beginning of this one. But we'll certainly see the temperatures drop a little bit. Right around the low 70s at the start of this game. But, of course, getting into the end of October, the day's certainly getting shorter. We'll probably see the lights pop on here before the end of this one. Throw in for Ravenscroft. Along that far side, it's Steinman. Short for Glenn, who plays it right back. Bouncing ball, chipped forward and flicked along by Nick Chin. But Ravenscroft can't control. Chance to reverse for the Chargers. Out to the near side. It's Evan Flynn. Moved along for Ryan Newnham. Newnham trying to work around Swift. Can't beat him. And it rolls out of bounds. So a throw in here for Ravenscroft. It's Swift on the toss. Looking at the middle, Glenn played nicely to Chin, who has space. Quickly tracking him down as Koa Kalibi. Dropped for Petrov. And Ravenscroft will possess. Steinman now outside. Plenty of time and space. Thinks it over and rolls it along for Ulrich. Back to Steinman. He'll look to the middle. On the ground, I think he was looking for Sheckley on that one, but Sheckley wasn't ready for it. And it'll be Howard collecting for the Chargers. He'll play it short for Yee. On the ground for Koa Kalibi outside. And chip back to the middle by Ryan Azrak. And now Lee looks to switch. High pass, trapped down nicely by Ryan Newnham. He'll try to back down Swift, nowhere to go. Kai Kalibi back for Flynn. Now Lee. Flynn one more time. He'll drop it along for Philip Wissink. Henry Lee back outside to Kai Kalibi. Good possession here from the Chargers, but they're having trouble advancing. Now they'll try. Chipped off of what Cary thought was a hand, but play continues. Chargers still in possession. Miss hit on the pass from Kalibi. Stepping to it, though, Henry Lee drops it for Wissink. Pressured, gets it outside to Flynn. Bad touch, and now it's Shane Olander. His pass blocked down by Lee. Looking forward. Dean Swift shoulders off Newnham, but it's his brother Jackson Newnham getting to it. Down the near corner. A couple of Ravens there. Newnham gets it across anyhow. Loose ball in the penalty area. Chipped out, but it's still the Chargers as Ryan Newnham has it knocked off his foot and out of danger for the moment. Chargers starting to ratchet up the pressure a bit. Long ball there from Brandon Yee. Misses Azrak, and it's out for a Ravens throw. A little over 7 minutes gone here at Ravenscroft. It was Shane Olander putting home a deflected shot about 4 minutes in. That has us at 1-0 Ravenscroft right now. Azrek knocks it out of bounds. Another throw in for the Ravens. Steinman along that far side. Looks to keep it along there. Ulrich misses with the head. Chargers take control. It's Jackson Newnham towing it to the middle. He finds Kai Kalibi looking for Ryan Newnham on the run, but it's Dean Swift stepping in front of that through pass. and clearing it out. It'll bounce down to Brandon Yee. Chargers back in possession. Lee outside for Azrek, back to Brandon Yee. And again, Azrek slips through his feet, and Steinman will watch it out of bounds for Ravenscroft throw-in. If you're the Ravens, you'd really like to push this ball back down to the Chargers' end. Ever since that Olander goal, the Chargers have at least kept the ball mostly on the Ravenscroft half and really haven't given them much of an opportunity to get much farther than this, where Petrov is now. He'll drop it to Swift. Looking to switch, he's got Steinman with plenty of space over on that far side. He'll take it on a run. Looking back to the middle. Settled by Sheckley, bouncing ball. He'll cut to the far side around a couple defenders, but he's pickpocketed and it's cleared out. And Koa Kalibi sends it all the way down. Still on the roll, and it's still in play. I thought it was going to go out, but it walked down that line, and Barker's going to have to chip it forward. Steinman has it knocked off him and out of bounds, but I think we're going to get a foul here on the Chargers. It was Ryan Azrek into the back of Steinman, so a free kick here for Ravenscroft. Welch to take it. Puts a foot into it, lifted across half, headed back by Kalibi. Steinman gets a foot to it and volleys it out of play. And we'll get a Charger throw this time. Do have a substitution ready to come in for the Chargers. That's Eric Yee. And he'll replace Ryan Azrek. Brandon Yee to take the throw. Another long one down that far side. Getting a touch to it, Jackson Noonan couldn't control, and Ravenscroft takes over. Sam Petrov dispossessed by Kai Kalibi. He finds Ryan Noonan on the near side. Noonan double-teamed by a couple of Ravens. Olander forcing him to retreat a bit. Back to Kalibi, now Lee. And Flynn. Philip Wissink on the back line. Feeling the pressure from Sheckley. The ball pops loose, and Wissink tracks it down. Olander was there to challenge as well. And now we've got a foul on Olander, who kicks the ball in frustration. I think he's going to get a yellow here. That's exactly what it'll be. The goal scorer, Olander, now on the score sheet for a yellow card as well. And so he'll have to come off. And in his place is the senior Tom Fiodo, who will step in on the near side midi position. This ball, as you can see right in front of us, about 2 or 3 yards across half. So Henry Lee likely looking to drop this one somewhere between the top of the 18-yard box and that 6-yard area. But only 4 Chargers up there along that 18-yard penalty area line. They're going to play it short. Ryan Noonan leaves it for Lee. Now to Jackson Noonan. He'll chip it to the middle. Koa Kalibi. Switch to the far side for his brother Kai. Rolled through the middle, looking for Koa, and it slips through his legs, and Welch clears it out. He's got Sheckley on the run. Nice touch from Wissink to knock it down and move it back for the Chargers. Lee furthers it along. He finds Noonan. Jackson Noonan toes it outside. Flynn saves it on the near sideline. Pushed back to the middle, Lee. And a miscommunication with Jackson Noonan will give the Ravenscroft Ravens a throw here on the near side. Swift quickly back in play for Chris Glenn. Running out of space, moves it forward for Fiodo. Chip back to the middle. Glenn has it. Looking for the through pass to Sheckley. It's into the back of the legs of the defender there. And away it goes. Cleared out by the Chargers. Steinman tracks it down. Rolled forward for Glenn. Looking for a nifty little flick along to Allridge. It deflects off of Eric Yee and out of play. Steinman Lobs one down the near side. Brandon Ulrich knocked off the ball, and a throw-in for the Chargers. Brandon Yee forward for Newnham. Give and go with Eric Yee. Jackson Newnham looking to switch it for his brother Ryan on the near side. Looking over the back. He finds it, chips it down the near side. And a chance here for the Chargers. Across the middle, over the head of Koa Kalibi. And it'll be settled and cleared by Steinman. He finds Ulrich on the far side of the field. Closing in on him is Henry Lee. Ulrich has it knocked off his foot. Kai Kalibi chips it back forward. And Steinman will race for it. Beats Eric Yee to it. Along for Alex Jones. And he sends it forward. Sheckley settles down the bouncing ball. Outside for Ulrich. He'll advance it. Back across the middle. Nobody there for the Ravens. Fiodo will track it down on the near side and can't keep it in place. He tried to step around Flynn. So a goal kick coming up for the Chargers. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first goal kick on either side here in this contest. And we're a little over 13 minutes in. Winsink plays it on the ground forward for Lee. Further for Kai Kalibi. He'll challenge Sam Petrov, who knocked it loose. And they'll rule it's off of Petrov and out of play. So a throw in here for Cary. And things have certainly settled down since Shane Olander scored in the first few minutes. Ball off of Koa Kalibi and out of bounds. Another throw in coming. But a lot of pressure early from the Ravens as Nick Chin receives the throw in the middle, pops it forward. Henry Lee knocks it back, and Kalibi will play it long. Steinman going to be the first to it. But really the first 5 or so minutes were controlled by Ravenscroft, and it's evened out since then. But a chance here on the counter. Chris Glenn tripped up, and it looked like they got the ball first. In on that challenge was Elbeck. Or pardon me, Han Zhang. And the Chargers clear it all the way down. Getting to it first, Alex Jones. He'll pick it up under a little bit of pressure. Bouncing ball, controlled down by the Chargers. Lee chips it up the near side, taken on a hop by Ryan Newnham. He'll dribble it out of pressure. Hooking back, he finds his brother Jackson, laid off for Koa Kalibi. He's got space to find Eric Yee on the far side. Yee stepping into the penalty area. He'll pull the trigger, and it deflects just wide. And it will be a goal kick for Ravenscroft. Just under 25 minutes to play in half number 1. And it's Ravenscroft with the 1-0 lead here over Cary. Goal kick out to half. Volleyed down by Koa Kalibi, but Ravenscroft will control. It's Fiodo. Dropped back for Petrov, and it'll be poked off his foot and out of bounds. Well, the winner of this game will get the winner of Wesleyan and Durham Academy. Durham getting the other bye here on the east side of the bracket. But that game will be next week. Of course, plenty of time left in this one with 64 minutes to play and just a 1-0 lead for Ravenscroft. They'll look to move forward. Steinman down that far side for Ulrich. He looks to the middle, finds Sheckley. Shielding off a defender, drops it back to Petrov. He finds Steinman with space. Bouncing pass forward, Sheckley tries to chip it around his defender. Can't do that, but still in control. Pitches across to the middle, header, and we'll get a foul on Nick Chin, who went body to body with Zhang on that cross. That'll be the second foul whistled here on the Ravens. And it'll be played short by Howard. Wissink keeping it on the ground to Kai Kalibi. Miss hit, and he plays it right to Chris Glenn. Glenn going to run it forward. Has Kalibi on his back, pulls the trigger and rolls it wide on the near side post. And with the goal kick, we've got a substitution coming in. We had our first look today at the senior Andrew DeRosa, who replaces Chris Glenn in the midfield. And now Howard will set up for the goal kick. Oh, and Cary, we've seen this every time that we've seen them this year. They like to play it short. They try to play that possession game off of free kicks unless it's a cross half. And even on the free kick, they had a cross half earlier. They elected to play short. So they really try, for the most part, to play a possession game and build an attack forward. And it was no different on that goal kick. They've still got control. Moved forward to Kalibi. Koa Kalibi. Stepping to him is Christian Welch, who knocks it loose. And he'll play it outside for Fiodo. Fiodo runs it down. He's got Kalibi on his tail. To the middle for DeRosa. Back to Petrov. Into the middle. Chin stumbles, and that's one thing to keep an eye on. Is Chin beats Kai Kalibi the ball forward for Sheckley, and he'll chip it right into the hands of David Howard. But another thing to keep in mind, of course, we had the remnants of Hurricane Zeta move through the area yesterday. A lot of wind and some rain, plus some rain the day before. So this field, while it's not necessarily wet on the surface, is going to be pretty soft. Chip pass across the near side. Ryan Newnham couldn't track it down. So a goal kick coming for Ravenscroft and Alex Jones. On the near side, it's Fiodo stumbling as he makes the pass, and it's errant. Now Ryan Newnham down the near sideline. Looking to the middle, he finds his brother Jackson. Stepped over the ball, finds Ryan again. Played across to the far side. Eric Yee first to it. Doesn't have an angle. Back for Kalibi, and the shot dove on by Alex Jones. Big save by the keeper on the first shot on goal for Cary. That was their third shot attempt, but it took almost 20 minutes for them to get the first one on net. And off the punt, it's deflected out of play by the Chargers. Ravenscroft with the throw on the far side. Steinman in for Ulrich. Ball squirts loose. There's a Charger shaken up on the play, but we'll continue. That's Eric Yee, who steps back into it now as he's shaking off whatever it was that was ailing him, and the Chargers advance back the other direction. Ryan Newnham tried to dummy it past Dean Swift. He wasn't fooled, and he steps in front, moves it forward. His pass intercepted, though, and the Chargers turn it back. It's Koa Kalibi in the middle. Rolls it out to the far side for Yee. One-touch cross. It looks like he's trying to find Ryan Newnham, who will head into that near corner with Dean Swift. Swift plays it out of bounds, and we've got a throw-in for the Chargers deep in Ravens territory here. Just over half of this first 40 minutes done. And we haven't seen too much by way of chances for these teams since the goal from Shane Olander. To the middle off the throw. Hits ahead, drops down, and now Ulrich looking to volley it out of danger. With a mishit, it'll bounce out for another throw on the opposite side. Eric Yee in for Jackson Newnham. He heads it backwards where it's stolen away by Nick Chin. Now cleared out by Barker. That ball finds Fiodo. He'll chip it to the middle, but Henry Lee there for Cary to knock it back. He finds Jackson Newnham along for Koa Kalibi. Forward to Yee. Eric Yee working through pressure. Has it knocked off his foot, and Chin will clear it out for Ravenscroft. Right onto the foot of Sheckley, working on Hans Zhang. He'll race around him. Sheckley now advancing on Brandon Yee. Around him, rolled to the middle and cleared out for a corner kick. Oh, and a hesitation there as Sheckley volleyed it back across, but it was out of play. And we do have a corner kick coming. And a substitution will be made on this corner. Tom Fiodo coming out and Charlie Grant entering. So it'll be a Ravenscroft corner. This is the first corner for either team here in this contest. And Grant will be the one to take it, who just freshly entered.
A little bit of a traffic jam in that penalty area as Grant sets up with a left-footed kick curling to the middle, punched out by Howard, and Thomas Barker will be the first to it. On the ground, back out to that far side for Grant. He's going to play it across one more time and just over the head of Ulrich, but he'll be the first to it. In the near corner, drop back for Petrov. He's got a good angle to send this one in, right on goal, and Howard makes the save. Smart shot there, actually, from Petrov. As when you look at how Howard had to look through the sun at that ball, because the sun is back behind us and playing across the field, but it probably wasn't the easiest to see for the Cary goalkeeper. 17 and a half minutes to go in half number one. It'll be Steinman on the throw on the far side. Lifted forward, Ulrich heads it back to the middle. But it's Koa Kalibi controlling for Cary. Forward to Jackson Noonan. Back to Kalibi. Advance forward, looking for the through pass to Ryan Noonan. But Dean Swift steps in front. Cleared out, but the Kalibi brothers settle it down. It's Koa. Forward to Jackson Noonan. Feeling the pressure from Chin. Slides it past him. Takes a shot from way out, and it rolls wide on the far side. Jones to take the goal kick. Lifted along and flicked onward by Ulrich. He finds Sheckley. Sheckley will run it forward. He's going to take a hard shot. It's under the arm of the goalkeeper, Howard, but he keeps it out. And he has been tested lately. I mentioned maybe 5 minutes ago that we hadn't seen too many chances for either side since that goal in the first 4 minutes. We're certainly seeing a few more here for Ravenscroft now. But it's Cary in control. Lee shifts it back for Flynn. Again, Lee. Now Ryan Noonan plays it down the near sideline for his brother Jackson. Mistouched, and it looks like Swift shields it out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for Ravenscroft. And with the stoppage, Shane Olander will return to the game. Just mentioned that early goal. It was off the foot of Olander. And he will replace Brandon Ulrich on that far side midi. Swift with the toss back in. Off the head of DeRosa, headed right back by Lee. And now it's Koa Kalibi advancing it, trying to step through the defense, knocked off the ball by Petrov. And now Ravenscroft can get control on the far side. Olander back to Steinman. One touch forward for Andrew DeRosa. Challenged by Lee, and he'll poke it out of play. We'll get another Ravenscroft throw. Steinman, not sure where to go with this throw at half. Elects to go forward, headed onward by DeRosa. Sent back by Brandon Yee, but right onto the foot of Olander. He'll poke it to the middle for Chin, further for Petrov. Forward to Sheckley and back outside. On the near side, it's Charlie Grant. Grant looking for room. Splits the defense into the penalty area. Past another one, and it'll be knocked out of play by Evan Flynn. Was some fancy footwork there from Grant to find his way into a dangerous spot, and he's forced another corner. He's a Raven to keep an eye on. Grant on the varsity squad last year as a freshman, a sophomore this year, looking very comfortable on the varsity level. He goes short to Swift, who rips one just wide of that far post. Well, we talked about the Chargers from Cary Academy going short on kicks like that earlier. Ravenscroft takes a page out of the Chargers book there and just about put one past Howard, who I don't think was ready for that shot. And again, that shot came from a similar spot that Petrov's did, which is difficult to look through the sun from that angle for the goalkeeper, Howard. Chargers trying to counter. Through pass intended for Ryan Noonan is chipped out of play by Christian Welch of Ravenscroft, and Cary gets the throw. 13 and a half to go in half number one. Throw and deflected out by the Chargers. don't have a lot of space to work with down there, and that's one thing Ravenscroft has done a very good job of, is limiting the time for guys like Ryan Newnham, Jackson Newnham, and the Calibi brothers to work, and it has led to very few chances for this Chargers team. Ravenscroft controlling on that far side. Steinman rolls it forward for Olander. Stepping to him, Yee knocks it loose, but it's right back to Steinman. Challenged by Brandon Yee, who wins that challenge. He'll run it forward. Has Jackson Newnham with him. Newnham looks to the middle. Dropped for Kai Kalibi. All the way outside to Flynn. The defender will step forward, hands it to Koa Kalibi. Rolled out to Ryan Newnham. Newnham looking for space. Turning it back to the outside. Charlie Grant there on him. Slips it through to his brother Jackson, along for Koa Kalibi. Kalibi down the near side of the 18-yard box. Nice move around Swift to the middle, but it's Nick Chin there first to clear it out. Flynn gets ahead to it. Tries to get a second. Instead, volleys it forward. Petrov bobbles the ball. It's poked out to Charlie Grant. Back to Petrov. 3 charges around him, and he loses it. Ryan Newnham looking to the middle. Knocked off his foot and away by Welch. Ravenscroft will possess. Grant has space to move forward. Circling. Pressured by Henry Lee. And Grant eventually plays it back to the back line. Welch switching to the far side. Steinman didn't step to it. Azrek did for Cary, and the Chargers have a chance to counter. A little miscommunication, and Nick Chin slows it down. Kai Kalibi now possesses, and I'll drop it back to Brandon Yee. Lee out to Azrek. Back to Yee. Now Kalibi. Through pass, rolling forward. Jackson Newnham running after it, but Barker the first to it. He'll play it back to the keeper, Jones, who clears it out of danger. Henry Lee again in control. Has it knocked loose, and Ravenscroft takes over. It's Andrew DeRosa forward to Sheckley. Working on Han Zhang, loses control for a moment. DeRosa finds the loose ball. Drops it to Chin. Miss hit on the pass, and it ends up on the foot of Koa Kalibi. He's looking to go over the top. Dean Swift steps in front, though, and heads it out of play for a throw-in. Just about 30 minutes gone here in the first half. Both teams with a couple of chances. Ravenscroft, the only team that has capitalized so far. Evan Flynn. Quick wall pass from Kalibi to his brother Kai, and he'll be knocked off the ball. It rolls out of play. They'll call it a Charger throw. Kalibi. Down for Ryan Newnham. Shielded off by Swift, who leaves it for Welch to clear. Didn't get all of it, and now Henry Lee. Chargers looking to advance again. Evan Flynn. Poked on by Kalibi, but Chin will slow it down. Well, we've seen a couple of sequences from Cary where they've been able to put together some nice passing and move forward, which is usually how they score. They move the ball quickly up the field. A couple of longer passes on occasion help with that, but the speed of Ryan and Jackson Newnham have been neutralized a little bit here by this Ravenscroft back line, who has a little bit of speed themselves and have anticipated those long balls well. Throw in for Ravenscroft will bring in a substitution. Chris Glenn back into the game. Chin will head to the sideline. And we've got 9 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in half number 1. Steinman with the toss off a couple of Charger heads, and Cary will control. Yee forward for Koa Kalibi. To the middle for his brother Kai, who leaves it there for Henry Lee. Chipped forward for Ryan Newnham. Dean Swift right there to pressure. Loose ball on the near side. Newnham the first to it. Swift there as well, and he'll knock it out of play. Chargers with a throw right at half. Oh, no, pardon me. This will be a free kick. So a foul called there on Swift. And this will be from almost the exact same spot that we saw the free kick earlier. Charlie Grant's going to step in to challenge a potential short play, which seems to be not an option as they've sent Ryan Newnham to the middle this time. So this one will go all the way in. Lee, high kick into the middle, bouncing around, still loose, and it is Welch volleying it out. Lee gets ahead to it for Cary. Now Kai Kalibi at half, Brandon Yee. Pressure there from Glenn, who knocks it loose, but Han Zhang sends it right back, taken away by Andrew DeRosa. Ravenscroft on the attack now. Charlie Grant. Couple of chargers there, knocks it forward, ball deflects loose, and it's Koa Kalibi. Challenged by Grant, and now we've got a whistle, and it looks like one of the shin guards came out for Kalibi. And so they'll get a free kick to restart. Koa up to Kai, back to Koa Kalibi. He's going to make a run through the middle. That's closed down quickly by Olander and knocked out. And that's the difficult part here for the Chargers. There are a lot of teams that they play that they are faster than. And this is one of the few teams that they aren't faster than. You see that space closed down for Kalibi quickly, and that's what's made it so difficult for this Cary team on the attack. No space, and you see no space there as well. Stumbling through the mud, Koa Kalibi loses control. Henry Lee comes up with it. Now it's Jackson Noonan. Noonan trying to find a free spot. Hard shot rises over top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. .6:47 to go in the half. And we'll have some changes to the Charger back line as Han Zhang comes out. Charlie Haynes comes in. He'll take the near side defensive position, and switching to the far outside position is Evan Flynn. Goal kick settled down by Olander to Steinman. Steinman tripped up as he makes the pass, and it'll be a free kick for Ravenscroft. .6:17 left in the half. Welch will take this kick from a good 15 yards behind the half line. He's got a good leg, I've mentioned, but he's kicking into the wind here. We'll see how far he can get it. Wow, down to the top of the 18-yard box. It bounces around off ahead, and Howard will collect for the Chargers and punt it back out. Welch eyeing it up, gets a foot to it, and sends it to the far side. Olander can't keep it in play, and a throw in for Cary. Flynn, short throw to Azrek, knocked down from behind. Easy whistle for the official. And a free kick for Cary. They'll play it short. Jackson Noonan on a run to the middle, rolls it through to Haynes. Left for Koa Kalibi. Grant there to pressure, chipped forward, and stepping to it is Steinman to clear it out. Wissink gets ahead to it for Cary. Back forward, Kai Kalibi. For his brother Koa. Back to Kai, a little bit too long on the pass, and Ravenscroft will pass it around before Christian Welch can clear it up to Shane Olander. Olander slips, stepping past Flynn. I think he just lost his footing on the soft ground, but he gets it back and he's on the run, speeding past a couple of Chargers down that far side. He's got a challenge there from Lee, who gets a toe to it and knocks it out for a throw-in deep in Charger territory. Olander setting up to take the throw with under 5 to play in the half. Short to Chris Glenn. He'll settle it down. Turning past Flynn, looks to get it across, and Wissink gets a foot to it to clear it out. Loose ball, Swift the first to it, rips a hard shot that curls well wide. And it'll be a Charger goal kick. With the stoppage, Nick Chin and Brandon Allridge coming back in. Charlie Grant heads to the sideline with Sam Petrov. Ravenscroft, the only side making some changes here late in the half. Well, for those of you who may have missed the first 5 minutes, it was a deflected shot that ended up on the foot of Shane Olander. That is the difference right now. 1-0 Ravenscroft. Speaking of Olander, here he goes with the ball. Down the middle, looks to the center for Sheckley, and couldn't get it through. Chance to counter for the Chargers. Jackson Noonan just across half. Looking for the running Kalibi. Instead, it finds his brother Ryan Noonan. Noonan with space to move forward. Back to Jackson. Along to Kai Kalibi. Rolls it forward, Ryan Noonan. Noonan pressured by Swift, forced into the corner. And it's knocked out of play. And it'll be a Cary throw-in. Down to 3 minutes, 15 seconds in the half. Short throw-in will be knocked out off of a Ravenscroft foot again. Oh, and it's tough to see down to that corner. I think they actually ruled it a foul. So a foul on Ravenscroft, their 5th of the half, and it will essentially here be a corner kick for Cary Academy. This one at a little bit better of an angle to be Koa Kalibi to take it as a right-footed kick taker. I don't think he's going to try and put this on goal, but he's got a great angle to play it right across the box. A couple of Ravens in the wall, and Kalibi waiting for the signal. The official in the middle explaining, not sure if it's a similar motion to the explanation he was giving for the foul a minute ago, but he'll warn the players bodying each other up in the penalty area. Here comes the kick from Kalibi. Nobody there for the Chargers, flicked out by Ulrich, but right onto the foot of Newnham. His shot blocked down, and it'll be cleared out by Christian Welch. First one to it is Ravenscroft's Oliver Sheckley. Rolled outside for Ulrich. Ulrich trying to work on Kai Kalibi, forced to drop it back all the way to Christian Welch. Welch takes space and then finds Olander. Stepping around Haynes, looking to the middle for Sheckley, who goes down awkwardly, and looks like we're going to get a free kick for Ravenscroft as they'll whistle Brandon Yee there, and that was just unfortunate. I think Sheckley tried to stop when the ball was behind him and ended up slipping into Brandon Yee. And Yee, I think, put his arms up kind of in defense and ended up catching Sheckley somewhere in the head area with a forearm or an elbow. So a dangerous, dangerous free kick coming up here for Ravenscroft. They've got plenty of guys who can put this in hard-to-reach spots in the net. And the two that are standing right next to the ball right now are Oliver Sheckley and Chris Glenn. We saw Sheckley rip a free kick against Wake Christian in their first game of the season from a similar spot to this. He's going to deal with a 5-man Charger wall. And we'll see. Glenn touches it outside. Hard shot from Sheckley. And it rolls wide on the near side post. As the 9th shot attempt of the half, compared to 5 shot attempts for Cary, who will look to rush this up the field. We're down to 35 seconds left in the first half. Long ball. Volleyed back by Christian Welch for Ravenscroft. Bodied down by Chin to Andrew DeRosa. Rolled forward. Now it's Chris Glenn. Chipped away from him by Henry Lee. And that will roll out of play. Steinman rushing to the ball. Ravenscroft looking for one last chance. Getting a chest to it, Chris Glenn. Turning to the middle, 9 seconds to go. He's knocked down and loses the ball. Cleared out to half by Kai Kalibi. And volleyed right back out by Barker. High ball into the middle, but it won't come down before the end of the half. So we're through 40 minutes. It was Shane Olander about 4 minutes into the game, scoring off of a deflected shot. And that's where we stand. Ravenscroft 1, Cary Academy 0.
Welcome back to Ravenscroft School. We're just about set for the second 40 minutes between the Ravenscroft Ravens and the Cary Academy Chargers. Chris Lehman with you. It is a 1-0 lead for the Ravens. Shane Olander off a deflection scored with a little over 36 minutes left in the half, and then we went the last 36 minutes and 8 seconds without a goal. Both teams had a couple of chances, and Ravenscroft seemed to have a little bit more of the momentum by the end of that 40 minutes. We'll see what they have here in half number 2. They did shut out Cary Academy earlier this year 4-0. So they have the ability to do that, but there have been a few more chances for Cary as that half went on. By my count, it was 9 shots to 5 in favor of Ravenscroft, 4 of which were on goal for the Ravens, just 1 on net for Cary Academy. The goalkeeper for Cary Academy, David Howard, made a total of 3 saves, just 1, of course, on that 1 shot on goal for Alex Jones. It's a tough one to stop, but he was able to keep that 1-0 lead for the Ravens. In all green, Ravenscroft moving left to right, starting the half with the ball. Moving right to left here in half number 2 in all white is Cary Academy. Barker rolls it forward through his teammate Chin, and now it's Eric Yee to the middle for Koa Kalibi. Furthered for Jackson Newnham. Hard shot handled nicely by Alex Jones. And that's his first save of the half. Played forward, Brandon Ulrich, pressured by Flynn, and Flynn pokes it through the legs of Ulrich and out of bounds. We'll get a throw in here for Ravenscroft. Steinman on the toss. He finds Sheckley, settled along the sideline, turns back to the middle, splits a couple defenders. Sheckley still in control, eventually finds Petrov forward for Nick Chin. He'll settle down a bouncing ball, looking back to the middle for Chris Glenn, but that's deflected away and knocked out of danger for the moment. Christian Welch first to it for the Ravens. Looks to the far sideline for Olander. Stepping in front of him was Ryan Azrak, and it's off of Azrak and out of play. Swift on the throw to get play restarted. Knocked out to Nick Chin. He'll take a long shot, and that one sails wide. And it'll be a goal kick here for Cary Academy. We talked about it a little bit earlier, as now we see Dean Swift swapping sides at the outside defender position with Max Steinman, as it looks like the Ravens want Swift, who's one of their best defenders, one of their most experienced defenders out here on Ryan Newnham. Dean Swift will clear it out of play, but it did hit his hand first, so a free kick for Cary here just across half. But the key so far for Ravenscroft is they've been very sound defensively. They haven't given a lot of space to the catalyst players on this Cary Academy team, one of which who's chasing it down now, Jackson Newnham, shielded off by Thomas Barker, and he eventually pokes it out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Ravenscroft. But Jackson Newnham, Koa Kai Kalibi, Jackson's brother Ryan, 4 very skilled soccer players on this Cary team who've really been the driving force for them, haven't been able to do much. Here's a chance for Ravenscroft down the near side, Ulrich. He has Wisink on him, and Wisink knocks it back out. Petrov gets a touch to it, but Koa Kalibi will advance it forward. Both Newnham brothers, in pursuit, and that will force Barker to knock it out of play. And this is one of the Chargers' strengths. They've got some speed on this team. They're very good at countering, and they'll move quickly again. Jackson Newnham to the middle for Kai Kalibi. Kalibi stepping forward. Looks outside for Newnham. Stepping to him, Swift. Swift loses his foot, but gets back to his feet and clears it out. Flynn gets a touch to it, but it's right to Chris Glenn, and Ravenscroft continues to advance. Down the near side looking for Sheckley, but Flynn deflects that away, and Cary Academy can settle it down. Over on the far side, it's Wisink clearing it forward, and out of bounds. We'll get a throw-in for the Ravens. You can see the entire field now covered in shade, and we see the lights starting to come on here on the Ravenscroft soccer field. Steinman on the far side.
Looking for Olander, stepping in front. Azraq takes it away for Cary. He finds Koa Kalibi forward. Up for Jackson Newnham. It's deflected back for Azraq. And stepping in front of him is Nick Chin. Up to Sheckley. Deflected back to Chin. He can't control. Kai Kalibi gets ahead to it. So does Chin. Now a foot from Evan Flynn. Still trying to gain possession. Both sides having trouble, but it's Cary coming away with it. Henry Lee trying to send Eric Yee on a run, but he plays it too far. Welch will drop it back to his keeper, Jones. And now Ravenscroft can move forward. Max Steinman gets the pass from Jones on the far side. Advanced to Olander. He'll center it, where he's got Chin. Chin looking all the way to the near side. Ulrich chips it over top of Evan Flynn, but stepping back was Hans Zhang to clear it out of danger for a throw-in. 5 minutes gone in half number one. Still a 1-0 lead for Ravenscroft. And another handball as that one got up in the air and hit Petrov. And now he'll knock the ball away, and we might have another yellow card coming out here, at least a warning to Petrov. And right now the clock's still trickling down. I thought the official had signaled to stop it. And there it does get stopped. 34-38 to go in this first half, or second half, pardon me. And a free kick. It'll be Lee to take it. And we'll have to pause for a moment. The head official talking with Petrov. And now he'll look back to Lee and get things restarted. Lee plays this one long down the near side. Thomas Barker, the first to get ahead to it for Ravenscroft. Settled down to the ground by Cary's Kai Kalibi to his brother Koa. Out for Jackson Newnham now. He'll dance around and look to the far side. Azraq, one touch back to Lee. Chipped out to the far side now for Eric Yee. He's got Azraq on the run. Decides to drop it back, though, for Philip Wissink. Forward to Lee. Now Kai Kalibi has some space. Challenged by Ulrich, decides to retreat and find Evan Flynn. Flynn steps on the ball, stumbles, and now a chance for Ravenscroft. Sheckley down the near side. Oliver Sheckley up along the sideline, steps around Brandon Yee. Evan Flynn gets in the way, and now Sheckley stumbles over top of the back of Yee. He'll be called for the foul. And we'll get another stoppage here as we wait for a new ball to be put back in play. Oh, and I could hear from down on the Ravenscroft bench, it sounded like head coach Dan Resner telling his team just to keep it quiet. I think they were voicing their frustrations with the last couple of calls to the official. And he was just trying to settle them down there. Ulrich chips along the throw-in from Dean Swift. Nobody there. Brandon Yee back forward for Koa Kalibi. Drop to Flynn, and it's towed off his foot by Ulrich, and it'll be a Cary throw-in. Chipped to the middle by Ryan Newnham off the throw. Nobody there for Cary, and so it's pitched forward by Christian Welch. On the run now, Nick Chin chasing down a bouncing ball. He can't control, and Cary's Azraq clears it up the far side. Azraq finds Jackson Newnham. Newnham will look to the middle for some help, and then send it down that far side along the edge of the penalty area. And it's Eric Yee. Along the goal line, sends it across, and it looked like Ryan Newnham got a foot to it, but not in time to put it on net. A good chance there for Cary Academy, one of their better chances over the course of the game. But it will remain a 1-0 lead for Ravenscroft. About 32 minutes left in this one as Alex Jones puts a foot into it. Off the head of Henry Lee, Sheckley gets up and heads it backwards for Glenn to settle down. Chris Glenn stepping to him was Azraq, and it's off of Azraq and out of play. Olander, quick restart on the throw. A charging Glenn moving forward has it knocked off his foot one more time by Azraq and out of play, this time for a corner. Well, Cary Academy yet to get a corner kick opportunity. They did have a corner kick-like free kick in the first half, but no official corners. This will be the third corner opportunity for the Ravens, and it'll be Glenn to take it from that far side. With the right foot, he curls it in. Sheckley sends it to the middle, off the head of Ulrich, and I'm not sure if it was Kai Kalibi who got a head to it or if it hit the post. Either way, it's back outside. Glenn sends it in, off ahead and right into the arms of David Howard. He's got a quick punt out. Brought to the ground by Dean Swift. Nick Chin battling for it with Ryan Noonan. Chin comes away with it. Pokes it outside for Olander on the far side of the field. He's being tracked down by Eric Yee. Couple of chargers there. Olander tries to slip past Azrek as well. Can't do so. And it'll be a throw-in for the Ravens. Steinman on the toss, looks to the middle. Sheckley trying to shield off a defender and Wisink, and it's off his chest and then cleared out by Cary one more time for a throw. Petrov looking to the middle. Koa Kalibi steals that pass, and he's got Noonan on the run. Perfect ball over the top to Noonan. He'll step in. Out to challenges Jones. He makes the save. Loose ball for a rebound. Chipped back on by Noonan, and another save. Now sent across to the far side. This one will send down to the goal line, and it's saved in by Eric Yee. Nobody there for the Chargers, though, and it'll be cleared out by Christian Welch. What a couple of saves there from Alex Jones. And it stays 1-0. Ravenscroft countering now. Chris Glenn from a ways out rolls it wide. And it'll be a goal kick for Cary. And we got a substitution coming in as Evan Flynn comes off for Cary. Off the goal kick, it deflects out of play for a Ravenscroft throw. Dean Swift to take on the near side. Thrown down the near sideline. Ulrich deflects it to the middle where Sheckley can take over. He'll split a couple of defenders. Looking to the middle. Doesn't have a shooting angle, so he sends it outside for Glenn. Drop back to Chin, and he's going to take a long one well over top, and another goal kick coming up. Now 3 shot attempts from Ravenscroft here this half so far. None of them have really sniffed the net, and most of them have been from far out. The closest one was that shot that I believe hit the post from Brandon Ulrich on the corner. Couple of players getting heads to it. It'll be settled down by Cary. Long ball, stepping in front. Eric Yee gets around Nick Chin, playing it through on the run. Jackson Noonan, but he's beat to it by Thomas Barker, who sends it out for a throw-in. Cary looking to move forward quickly. Koa Kalibi pokes it along for Yee. Drop back to Jackson Noonan. Couple of Ravens on him, and it is off of Ravenscroft and out. Noonan plays it back in quickly, drops it back for Azraq. Again for Noonan. He looks to send it across. His brother Ryan, it's just over his head. It hits the back of Swift, who volleys it out of danger to the middle of the field. Chased down by Koa Kalibi. He steps in front of Brandon Ulrich and trips him up. That'll be a foul on the Chargers. And Ravenscroft can move forward on this free kick. Swift restarting quickly, plays it right to the foot of Sheckley. He'll work his way around Brandon Yee, stumbling to the ground, knocked down again, and Sheckley looking for a whistle on the first bump. Will get one there the second time he's knocked down. As I think the official just waiting to see if Sheckley was going to get advantage. And once he doesn't, it'll be a free kick, and again in a dangerous spot. Dean Swift stepping up. He's going to chip it just over top of the goal. Not a bad idea from Swift. The Ravens had not asked for 10 yards, so they didn't have to wait for permission from the official to take that kick. And had Swift put it on goal, I think it might have ended up in the net because Howard was lining his wall up on the post. Unfortunately, he airmailed it. So a throw-in over on the far side for the Ravens after the goal kick. Just under 27 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Cary Academy to even up this 1-0 score. They're going to have to get a few more chances. Things starting to shift Ravenscroft way right now. Chipped forward by Glenn, a little too far for Sheckley. Howard out to play it. He'll roll it along for Brandon Yee. Up for Koa Kalivi, looking outside for Chris Kelly, but it's intercepted by Petrov, and his pass taken back by Kalivi. He'll play it forward. He finds Ryan Newnham on the run. Barker over to pressure with Dean Swift as it's dropped back to Jackson Newnham. He'll run it down that far side again. Around Swift, chips it to the middle, and it's off the back of Max Steinman. Kalibi's shot is over the top. A fortunate bounce there for the Chargers as that hit the back of the head of Max Steinman and gave Kalibi a wide-open volley at the net, and he put it over top. Well, these two teams, at least here in the second half, have had some trouble finding the frame. A combined 9 shots between the two of them. Cary, the only team to hit the frame with one. Of course, all 3 stopped by Jones, but just 3 of the 9 shots have been on goal. Off the goal kick, settled down nicely by Chris Glenn in traffic. Runs it away from a few Chargers. Outside for Olander, back to the middle. Sheckley will turn with it. Into the middle. He tees up a shot, blocked in front. Sent back to the middle by Ulrich and then cleared out by the Cary back line. Ryan Newnham looking to switch it to the far side. A bouncing ball. Watched down to a roll by Steinman and then sent up the far side for Shane Olander. Ravenscroft advancing. Now Chris Glenn cutting to the middle. He's got space to move forward. Takes a shot, and it's blocked again, this time by Philip Wissink. And there's another issue for Ravenscroft. That's about the 3rd blocked shot here this half from Cary Academy. They're getting in the shooting lanes. On the near side, Ulrich rolled back to the middle. He had Swift and Chin there. Neither could get to it, and it's cleared out by Henry Lee. Jackson Newnham looking to chase it down. Bad touch to Jones from Barker, and Jones has to clear it out to the center. Bouncing ball loose. Barker gets ahead to it. Brought down to the turf by Chin. He'll look outside to Ulrich. Sets it down for Petrov. Back to Ulrich on the near side. He'll be watched by Kelly for the Chargers. Has room to get it across. Past everybody. Azric bodies it down for Cary. And it's Olander taking it away. Azric back to challenge. Tried to backheel it forward. Stolen away, though, by Olander. Now to Sheckley. In close, and Howard makes a leg save. Great chance to double the lead, and now a sliding challenge from Chris Glenn will bring down Kai Kalibi. And the clock will stop, as I think we might have another card coming here. But that shot in tight from Sheckley, the first on goal for the Ravens here. And we'll see if the head official is going to talk to Chris Glenn here. And it looks like he will. Oh, no, he won't. He actually walks right past Chris Glenn. And he may have had a word with Chris a little bit earlier. He's talking to Kai Kalibi, who was fouled, and it looks like he's referencing a play in a different spot. These two teams have been a little bit more physical here in the second half. Of course, you would expect that, particularly from Cary Academy when you're down. You try to press a little bit harder, play a little bit more physical. And now the head official has the clock reset to 23 minutes, 42 seconds. And play will begin again. Henry Lee to take the free kick here for Cary. Long up the far side of the field. Brought down by Jackson Newnham. Outside for Eric Yee. Back for Newnham. He'll cut to the middle. Doesn't have much room to work with. And his pass intercepted by Brandon Ulrich. Forward for Glenn. He's got Sheckley on the run. Finds him. Sheckley slowing up a bit. Looking for some help. Cuts to the middle. He has Glenn making a run down that far side, but it's a little bit long. And now we've got a card coming out to Sheckley. I'm not sure what it was. I imagine it's something he said, but it will be a yellow card for Oliver Sheckley here in half number 2. That's the second on the Ravens today. And so with that, a couple substitutions here for Ravenscroft. Brandon Ulrich coming out, as is Shane Olander. Or pardon me, no, Olander moving to the near side as he'll switch with Charlie Grant, who just entered, and Tom Fiota will take the place of Oliver Sheckley after the card. 23 minutes to go as David Howard sends this one forward for Cary off the goal kick, right off the head of Petrov back forward. Fiota also gets a touch to it. Looking for Olander, he's dispossessed by Koa Kalibi. Volleyed sky high now by Lee. Kai Kalibi trying to settle it down, couldn't control, and now it's Ravenscroft in possession. At half, Max Steinman looking down the far sideline, and it's a little bit too far for Charlie Grant to chase down. And a throw-in now for Cary Academy. Chargers will play it along the back line. Brandon Yee has space to run it forward through the middle. He keeps going with it. Finally has it knocked off his foot by Glenn, pardon me. And Ravenscroft moving back the other way, turning out of pressure at Shane Olander down the near right side. He'll look to chip it to the middle, and it's cleared out by the Chargers. This will roll out to the sideline. And Olander looks to have kept it in. It'll trickle along the near line and out of play, last touched by the Chargers. So a throw in here for Ravenscroft. They'll advance it down that near side again. Rolled to the middle, getting a touch to it. Fiota, and he couldn't put it on goal. Too much traffic in front. At the back line, Welch. Forward through the middle for Chris Glenn. He's got a wide open Charlie Grant out to the far side. He finds the lane back to the middle. Pitched across where it can be chased down by Olander, but he's beat to it by Ryan Newnham. Newnham looking for his brother Jackson on the run. He'll get on his horse, trying to beat Barker to the ball, but it's Thomas Barker there first. A little shove from Newnham will draw the whistle of the head official. And we'll have another foul on Cary and a free kick for the Ravens. 21 minutes to play. And if you're Ravenscroft, you really want to get an insurance marker here soon, because we've seen, even in this game, the speed of guys like Ryan and Jackson Newnham. If they get behind you once, it could be trouble. David Howard receives the back pass and sends it up the far side of the field. Max Steinman will watch it out of bounds and collect for a throw-in. He finds Grant. Sends it over his head, looking for a teammate down that far side. Nobody there, though. Azraq sends it back in play for the Chargers, right off the head of Steinman. And he'll deflect it off of Eric Yee and out. So a throw-in for Ravenscroft. Chris Glenn will settle it down. Drops it back to Steinman, chipped forward and volleyed back by the Chargers' Ryan Azraq. Flicked on by the head of Newnham, but he can't connect with Yee on the far side. So another Ravenscroft throw. Steinman weighing his options, now goes deep down the far side, off the chest of Glenn, to the middle for Chin, who can't get a good touch to it. He'll backtrack, though, and knock it off the foot of Eric Yee, cleared out by Steinman. Chris Glenn in control now. Glenn looking on the ground to the middle. Stepping to it is Evan Flynn for the Chargers. Kalibi moves it along, and a foul on Nick Chin. And we're going to get another stoppage, and I think we might get another yellow card here. And we will. This is going to go against Chin. I have to imagine it was something he said in response to the foul, because it didn't seem, at least initially, like the official was going to give out that card. But that'll be the third yellow on Ravenscroft. And one of their team captains, the defender, Thomas Barker, coming to get an explanation from the official. And pardon me, actually, I thought Barker was over for an explanation. Chin is still on the field. It looked like Chin was going to be the recipient of the card, but it is actually Barker. So that's a crucial player to lose, even if it is just for a couple of minutes. But to have Barker missing from that back line is certainly a loss. A captain, he's been on that back line for a couple years now. But it looks like with this free kick coming from a little over 10 yards back of the half line for Cary, they've dropped Sheckley back into Barker's position. And Sheckley returning to the game for the first time since his yellow card. Chargers electing to play it short. Loose ball collected by Chris Glenn. He's tripped up from behind, and Azrak will be called for the foul. So right at the half line, it's going to be a free kick here. Christian Welch to take it. And we already see Barker ready to come back in here in front of us at the half line. So the next chance he gets, he'll be back into the game. Welch lifts it forward on a hop. It's over top of Olander and Flynn. And David Howard out to snag that for the Cary Chargers. 18:40 to go now. Howard will play it short to Brandon Yee. Rolled forward for Koa Kalibi. Now Ryan Noonan touches it backwards, has a lane to the middle, and finds Kai Kalibi. He'll chip it out to the far side. Now it's Azrak looking to play it long. He's got Noonan on the run, and Alex Jones charging out, beats Noonan to it, and he'll push his team back forward. That was a very good play from Jones. That's one a goalkeeper might hesitate to come get with the proximity of Noonan to that ball. But you don't want to give him that chance in close either. Now Ravenscroft advancing. Looking to the middle, off the foot of Chin, and Koa Kalibi takes over. He finds his brother Kai, and Cary will move forward. Chin there on him. Kai shrugs off the pressure, and it looks like we're going to get another free kick here, I believe, as Chin will be whistled for a foul. They'll play it short again. Henry Lee toes it forward to Koa Kalibi, looking for his brother Kai, and Steinman steps out and knocks it out of play. Well, it's interesting here. Doesn't look like Cary really needs a substitution, but will they avoid sending a substitute up to the line? Because if they do and they get a throw-in, that will allow both teams to make a change. And do they try and keep Barker out of the game for as long as possible? 17 minutes to go, and it's knocked out of play by Steinman for another Cary throw-in. It'll be Ryan Azrak to take it over along that far side, looking to play short to Noonan, who tried to spin out of pressure from Steinman. That didn't work. Loose ball cleared out, and a goal kick as it was last touched by a Charger. Rolls out on the goal line, and now Barker will return to the game, and Tom Fioto will head to the bench. That'll shift the formation a bit. Barker, of course, back to the back line. Sheckley will move back up to that forward striker position. And Jones ready to get us started again. He'll lift it across half. Nice touch by Glenn to bring it down. Looking to play it through. Beautiful ball. He finds Olander. Back across. It's loose in the box. Bouncing ball, and Petrov just put it over top. Was a beautiful play from end to end there for Ravenscroft. Settled down nicely at half by Glenn. Beautiful ball through to Olander. And it was well placed to give Petrov a chance. Unfortunately, it was deflected and hopped up in the air. So not the easiest finish, but one that Ravenscroft would really love to have right now. At half, Kalibi flicks it on. Jackson Noonan controlling for the Chargers. Pressured by Petrov, he finds Koa Kalibi in the middle. Back to Noonan. Jackson Noonan trying to run away from the pressure of Petrov. Takes it all the way to the far side. Now he's working on Charlie Grant. Down that sideline, Grant disrupts the cross off a body, and it deflects out to the top of the 18-yard box. Azrak makes an attempted goal, and that one misses on the wide side. 15-12 to go. Time starting to dwindle a little bit on Cary, but as I've mentioned, this is a team that's pretty strong on the counter. They've got speed up top, and a couple of times they've come close to breaking loose one of the two Noonan brothers. But right now, it's Ravenscroft on the attack. Charlie Grant plays it to the middle. Touchdown by Flynn, and Brandon Yee had to be quick to clear it out, but it's right to Grant. Chipped across to the near side, Olander with pressure from behind from Flynn. Forced to drop it to Petrov. Petrov trying to work his way around. Kai Kalibi forced to drop it to Swift, played forward, and it's bobbled around by the back line of Cary, and it's Sheckley coming away with it. He'll turn, looking for an angle to shoot. It's not there. Outside for Grant. Charlie Grant with the left foot gets it across, and it will skip out of play on the near side. Cary with a goal kick coming. And with that, a couple substitutions coming in for Ravenscroft. Andrew DeRosa, Brandon Allridge back into the contest as Nick Chin comes off, along with Shane Olander. So Olander and Chin coming off. And one substitution on the Cary side as well. Charlie Haynes returning to the game. And it'll be Eric Yee getting a quick rest on the Charger bench. 13:40 to go as Howard sends this one upfield for the Chargers. Off the head of Glenn, back the other way. Haynes gets ahead to it as well. And now Allridge will shield his man off and let the ball roll out for a throw-in. Swift to restart play, looks short for Chris Glenn. Glenn backing down some pressure from Haynes. And he will finagle his way through into the box. Looks to the middle. It's deflected out for Petrov, who takes a touch and can't get the shot away. Charger back line clears it out once again, and a throw-in coming for Ravenscroft. Played into Petrov. He bodies it down, but Cary takes over. Moved forward for Ryan Noonan. He's got Dean Swift on his tail. Plays it along, looking for his brother Jackson on the through pass. But it's all the way in on Alex Jones, who waits for pressure from the Chargers before picking it up and booting it sky high across half field. On the hop, Allridge going in after it. He was knocked to the ground, and the Chargers take over. Brandon Yee up the near side, off of Chris Glenn, and out of play. You can start to see the sense of urgency for the Chargers as Yee plays it down the sideline, deflected out by Ravenscroft. Now Noonan on the throw for Cary Academy. Into his brother Jackson. Poked along to the middle. Kai Kalibi racing after it. Volleys it over the top of the back line, but backpedaling. Thomas Barker gets ahead to it. Now Jackson Noonan, and he can't get a good touch to it. And it's all the way in on Jones again, who will wait on the pressure. Another booming punt from Jones across half. Beautifully brought down by Chris Glenn. Looking to run it past Lee. Can't do that, so he sends it outside for Allridge. Allridge across the middle, and it'll trickle all the way through and out for a goal kick. Not a bad idea there from Allridge. Just didn't have anyone on the receiving end. Well, you can hear both benches getting more and more vocal as we close in on the final 10 minutes of this game. 11 and a half to go. It's win or your season's over for both of these teams here in the state playoffs. Ball deflects back. Chargers in control. Ryan Noonan working on DeRosa. Rolls it to the middle for Kai Kalibi. He's got Azrak on the run outside. Hard collision with Azrak and Steinman. And they'll call a foul on Max Steinman. So a free kick here for Cary, and this is going to be one of their best opportunities of the half. I believe it'll be Koa Kalibi to take this kick. He is the primary kick taker in most circumstances for Cary Academy. And he'll chip this one all the way in. Out to punch it away is Alex Jones, and he urges his team out as this one trickles to the near side. First one to it for the Chargers is Evan Flynn. Miscommunication with Henry Lee, and Lee, who had to poke it away from DeRosa, knocks it out of bounds on the near side for a throw-in. Dean Swift on the restart, looks to the middle, brought to the ground by Glenn. Shifted outside to DeRosa. He'll play it through, looking for Sheckley on the roller, but it'll be deflected out of play by Brandon Yee. Exactly 10 minutes to go now. Dean Swift will take this throw in for Ravenscroft. He's got Sheckley wide open and plays it short to him. Oliver Sheckley has Kai Kalibi on him, hesitantly works it into the corner, and he's pinned there. Couple of chargers in on that, and it'll be knocked out of play. And Ravenscroft will set up another throw in here. Toss to the middle. Sheckley falls to his knees going after that one, and Cary able to clear it out. Dean Swift directs it to the far side. It'll be settled down by Koa Kalibi. Looking forward, Thomas Barker steps in front of that aerial pass and heads it to the far side for Max Steinman. Bounces it forward to Grant. He'll settle it all the way down. Finds Glenn. Chris Glenn feeling pressure, trying to shield the ball out of play, and we'll get a whistle and a foul on Cary Academy as Glenn got knocked down from behind. Both teams with 5 fouls each here in this half. Would have been more physical than the combined 8 fouls between the two teams in half number 1. No surprise, Ravenscroft being very deliberate with this one. Running a little more time off the clock as Glenn sends a sky-high cross in off the head of Aldridge and out of play. A goal kick here for Cary Academy. Shane Olander going to step in before we restart play. And Charlie Grant will come off the field as Olander heads on. Might hear it from the field. About 8 minutes left in this contest as Howard plays it forward off the head of Chris Glenn. Secondary ball settled down by Olander. Back to Steinman, who gets it back from DeRosa in the middle. Along that far sideline, Steinman finds Shane Olander. Henry Lee steps to him, knocks it out of play, and another Ravenscroft throw. And with that, another Ravenscroft substitution. Nick Chin coming back into the game. And it'll be DeRosa heading back to the sideline. Steinman on the toss to the middle for Petrov, who drops it back to Steinman on the far side. Gets away from Kalibi and finds Nick Chin. Switching it to the near side for Ulrich, who can't get a touch to it to slow it down, and a Charger throw upcoming. And you can see their head coach down in front of us, Jeff Costa, trying to move balls down to his players as quickly as possible to get play restarted. 7 minutes to play. Jackson Noonan first to touch that throw-in, but he steers it directly to Chris Glenn, and Ravenscroft will run some time here as they possess. Welch on the back line. Forward to Chen and outside for Max Steinman. Now Olander. Forced off the ball by Azrak. Play continues as Olander battles with Azrak, knocks the ball loose. Steinman trying to advance it, and the Chargers clear it up. There to shut that down is Chin, who has it knocked off his foot and out for another Ravenscroft throw. Now 6:20 to play as it's thrown down that far side, and we'll get a whistle and a foul on Sheckley. And the Chargers clear it forward. And another whistle, and this will go against Cary Academy as Jackson Noonan came in with a high kick. And so Christian Welch can run a little bit of time and then clear the ball forward. Now, we're now under 6 minutes to play. Bouncing ball headed by Wissink on the back line of Cary, but not very far. Olander fighting his way forward. Shot right in on goal, and Howard down to a knee to make that save. He'll quickly punt it out. Barker gets ahead to it. Long head out to the far side. Olander couldn't settle. Azrek sends it back the other way for Cary. And Steinman clears it all the way down and out on the far side to run a little bit more time. Through the middle. Now Ryan Newnham trying to work his way around Swift, and we're going to get a whistle, and Newnham in frustration, a two-handed shove to Dean Swift. I think we'll send him to the sideline with a yellow card. That's exactly what will happen. That's the first yellow against the Chargers here in this game. But that is a key player to lose, even if just for a minute, because he is a huge key to the offensive firepower of this Chargers team. But 4:59 exactly left on the clock. Well, and a quick update as they're most of the way through the first half over at Durham Academy, scoreless between Wesleyan and Durham. As we get back underway, Cary Academy plays it forward, hoping that Jackson Newnham can run it down, but it'll trickle out of play for another throw-in on the far side. But it is crucial to this Cary team to get Newnham, Ryan Newnham that is, back on the field. And maybe to put it into terms for the Ravenscroft fans out there, it's like losing Payne Gridley last year and leaving Sheckley to do a lot of the work up front. It becomes a lot more difficult for the forward left in there on a duo that are tough to stop. They'll fight for it in the middle of the field. Ravenscroft has it now. Glenn quickly dispossessed, and here goes Koa Kalibi. On the outside, he gets the pass from Charlie Haynes. Back to Haynes in the middle. He'll turn on Chin, finds an open teammate in Jackson Newnham. Newnham running it to the middle, looking for space, lofts one towards the net, misses wide on the far side, and a goal kick coming up. That'll bring Ryan Newnham back into the game. Jones will set up the goal kick. We're down to 3.5 minutes to play. And Cary Academy still trailing 1-0. It's been that way since 3 minutes and 52 seconds into the game. Off the goal kick, deflected out of play by the Chargers, so another Ravenscroft throw. Steinman drops it back on the far side for Christian Welch. He'll quickly play it forward. Sheckley gets a touch to it on the far side, keeps it in play, and works it down to the corner, trying to run some clock. He goes down, and another foul on Cary Academy. And if you're Cary, you've got to be awfully careful. We've certainly seen the whistle of the center official a little bit more active here in this second half, trying to keep these two teams under control as it gets a little more physical. So losing this time with the foul is crucial for Cary Academy. We're down to about 2.5 minutes to go. It looks to be Chris Glenn to take this kick on the far side. Curls it in. Petrov trying to get a touch to it. And a nice save by Howard. Still loose in front. And Henry Lee will clear it out of danger for the moment. Big save there from Howard. His third of the half. And now a counter on for Cary. In the middle, it's Kalibi. Koa Kalibi looking outside for Eric Yee. Getting ahead to it, though. Dean Swift will volley it back out. Sheckley on the run, trying to get past Brandon Yee. Can't do it, and now Howard boots it right back up. A floating clearance, bounces across half, headed down by Chinda Steinman. He finds Olander, and Ravenscroft will control. Shane Olander to the middle, coming back for it is Sheckley. 1:50 to go as Sheckley works through contact from Yee and finds Brandon Allridge outside. Allridge into the penalty area. Back across the middle, and it looks like Howard got a piece of it. Or no, it didn't. It skipped past him, and it'll be a goal kick. I thought that very clearly deflected off of Howard. The Ravenscroft bench thinks so as well. But with 1.5 minutes to go, it'll be a goal kick for Cary Academy. Howard sends it forward. Sheckley gets ahead to it. Flicked on by Glenn. Deflects to Brandon Ulrich. Here goes Ulrich. Down the near side. No angle to shoot, and so he makes the smart decision to run it to the near corner and burn clock. He'll shield it in that corner, and it's knocked off of Ulrich and out of play. Nice job by the back line of Cary Academy to earn this throw-in. It's into Eric Yee. Under a minute to play. Wissink clears it forward. On a bounce, it's Jackson Noonan. Can't control. Dean Swift drops it back to Welch. Sends it out to the far side. Max Steinman going to have to run it down. Charlie Haynes there as well, but it gets out of play. And Cary Academy with a throw-in. 38 seconds to go. Chargers got to move quickly. On the far side, Kalibi dancing through some traffic. Chips it down that far side. Welch has to play it, though. It's not going to be out of bounds. Cleared forward. Charlie Haynes steps in front of it. To the middle for Koa Kalibi. He finds Noonan. Chipped away by Welch. Now cleared to the far side, or to the near side, I should say, by Olander. 15 seconds to go. This one's going to be saved in by Eric Yee. Looking to play it to the middle. Petrov gets a foot to it. Koa Kalibi again. Challenged by Ulrich. It's knocked loose with 7 seconds to go. Glenn clears it off a body and out, and it'll be a Ravenscroft throw. 2 seconds to go, and that's going to finish off the game. A quick start for the Ravenscroft Ravens as they scored 3 minutes and 52 seconds in, as Shane Olander found a rebound to make it 1-0. After that, it was all about defending. Some credit to the Chargers. They got some good chances in the second half and late in the game, but the Ravens hold strong, and they'll get the winner of Wesleyan and Durham Academy here at Ravenscroft next week. The final count here in the second round is your Ravenscroft Ravens 1, Cary Academy 0.